From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
The Jack Jumpers have revealed they're in talks with the government about expanding MyState Bank Arena as a major roof leak caused home court chaos. Crossbenchers calling for better upgrades to existing infrastructure, pouring cold water on the Macquarie Point Stadium project.
With 4 minutes to go in the second, it began raining on the reigning champs.
Might be a leak in the ceiling. You can see that a bit of water has come through.
Heavy rainfall causing chaos in the ant nest.
Man, somebody go on the top of that thing and put some glue on it or something. We can't be sitting around waiting on this leak.
While a bit of glue might fix MyState, the proposed Macquarie Point Stadium is going to need a more durable solution.
Look, we need good infrastructure. Tasmania deserves it, but we can't be, we're doing this without the money to do it.
The stadium once again under the microscope in the wake of a scathing report by independent economist Nicholas Gruen. His assessment showing the build cost would likely blow out to $1 billion. The review part of a deal with the Jackie Lambie network.
The report into the stadium confirms everything I've been saying.
A sentiment echoed by former JLN crossbenchers.
I think it's just really cemented what we thought about the deal and about the stadium this whole time.
The report also critical of the AFL's agreement with the state government, describing it as forcing needless costs and restraints on the realisation of a Tasmanian team.
It says we must have X, Y, Z. We must have a roof on a stadium, we must have a new stadium within a very short length of time, and it's really not a healthy way to build infrastructure.
I think it's just really cemented what we thought about the deal and about the stadium this whole time.
Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe refusing to budge, saying the stadium stacks up and our contribution to the stadium is capped at $375 million.
The state government is treating Tasmanians like we're a pack of mugs and going, well, we don't care if it's blowing out, we're still going on with it.
I think they really need to take a step back, take a breath, have a think about what is best for Tasmania.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
And the slug from Snug's success on the big stage is still the talk of the town. Bo Webster is tonight back in Hobart celebrating that performance as attention turns to what's next for our star debutante.
Back on home soil after a whirlwind week with a special piece of cargo in tow.
The baggie's still wet, it's still full of Carlton draft and whatever else has been poured all over it, but it's in my backpack. I'll be keeping it pretty close.
Bo Webster touching down in Hobart, still basking in the glory.
It didn't really hit me until, I was sitting around the SCG members there having a beer with all the boys. I had the baggie on and it was just a really good moment to savour.
Speechless after hitting that winning boundary at the SCG yesterday.
I'm a bit speechless, honestly. If you told me a week ago that all this would have happened in these last few days, I wouldn't have believed you.
Today, he's slowly finding the words.
Very pleased with the outcome. It was a bit of a dream debut and I will reflect in the next couple of days of how good it was and how much I enjoyed it.
Reflecting on the support from Tassie and his role in putting Snug on the map.
All the games in the backyard with my old man and my brother and cousins and things like that is all fond memories of Snug, a small town, and they did get put on the map a little bit this week, I suppose, which is good to see.
For those watching him dominate from home, his success on the big stage hardly surprising.
If you said to him you'd be averaging 96 at the end of the test match with a wicket and a couple of catches, he would have taken that 100%.
The SCG dust is still settling, but his old club's eager to see him pull on the baggy green again.
Hopefully he's on the plane next tour to Sri Lanka, and I think it's onwards and upwards for Bo from here.
That squad gets picked later in the week and I'm hoping I'm on the plane to Sri Lanka.
That series starts on January 29, but for now, Bo's plans a stark contrast to the past few days.
It'll be nice just to be able to sit on the couch and just chill out for a bit and regroup.
Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
A section of the Tasman Bridge was lit dark blue last night, marking the 50th anniversary of the disaster which killed 12 people. In 1975, bulk carrier the Lake Illawarra collided with several pylons, causing cars to plunge into the River Derwent. People gathering on the foreshore to pay their respects. The bridge closing to traffic for 3 minutes at 9:27 p.m, the time of the collapse half a century ago. A 74-year-old former police sergeant will face court on child sex charges after being extradited to Tasmania from Queensland. The charges relate to abuse allegedly committed in the 1980s when the man was a serving Tasmania police officer. He'll face the Burnie Magistrates Court early next month. Another summer festival has kicked off and it's ready to serve up a feast, whether that is tennis or tastes. The Hobart International has transformed the Domain into a mini festival village with an offering of more than just court action.
Players arriving on Tasmanian shores from across the world. Not just for tennis, but also for the sights. American Sloane Stephens checking out one of our top chocolatiers at Coal River Farm.
There's always something interesting happening in Hobart. Last year we went to see the Jack Jumpers. This year we're visiting here.
The 2017 US Open champion taking a break from round one preparations that will see her take on fellow American Ann Lee.
Obviously it's someone I know really well. And yeah, just going to go out there and give it my best.
Giving its best, the home of the International at the Domain. The tournament village is in place while the play got underway, though under grey and windy skies. The wind is not only creating havoc on the court, it's also sending a chilly blast through the village. While it may not be the best weather to sit out and enjoy a bite to eat, this area is expected to get a lot more busy throughout the week as the weather warms up. This side of the tournament offering fans themselves a place to grab a racket and have a hit.
Our fan zone is a space that we've been really putting a lot of investment into. When it's warm, it's nice to sit under the big gum trees up there.
A place to kick up one's feet and sample some Tasmanian produce from one of many food stalls. With these attractions adding to the tennis, organisers are hoping to smash last year's record crowd.
We're really hoping to get 20,000 or more across the week.
To help, there's free entry for kids until Thursday. Stacey Eldridge, 7 Tasmania News.
.51 and counting. The Jack Jumpers sold out again, but unfortunately their 8-game winning streak is at an end. The Phoenix slipping through the champs' weakened defence to go over by 14 points at the final buzzer.
The Jackies feeling the absence of star big man Will Magnay.
Hunter doesn't take many threes, but he's actually got a really good strike rate when he does let it fly.
Towering over Tassie, Jordan Hunter scored another to finish the first quarter with 10 points.
Second time went to Hunter, who gets the spin move going and gets a chance for a three-point play.
The Jack Jumpers refusing to quit, matching the Phoenix in the second point for point. Scoreless in the first, Jordan Crawford led the comeback.
Top 10 in rebounds, been doing it all as Crawford gets back-to-back buckets.
Scoring 2 3-pointers within 30 seconds.
Wieskamp in the corner as we see Crawford go up.
Before finally taking the lead to the roar of a sold-out crowd.
And now Crawford with the turnover. I don't think it'll be a dunk. It'll be a nice little finger roll.
But the visitors quickly poured cold water on the comeback after an unexpected timeout.
In the ceiling, you can see a bit of water has come through.
A foul and 10 points off 4 shots, leaving Tassie 7 points down at half-time. The gap widening in the third, with 8 fouls from the Jackies.
Wants to go at Crawford, and he knows if he does, he'll go to the free throw line.
4 more in the final term, finishing 14 points behind. Scott Roth crediting South East Melbourne's aggression.
We were a step behind and just not quite sharp in a lot of areas.
But still acknowledging Tassie's 8-game win streak.
Kudos to those guys. You know, they left us for dead and gone 6 weeks ago.
The Jackies are back on the road tomorrow, facing Illawarra. Zeke Gaffney, 7 Tasmania News.
The Hurricanes are fast emerging as the ones to watch this season, smashing their way to a 4th straight win. An incredible knock from Tim David helped get the Canes over the line to send Tim Payne's Adelaide Strikers home empty-handed.
Tim David going absolutely berserk with the bat, knocking 62 off 28 balls.
Bang, that's awesome. What a shot! Smoked over cover for 6, and the kids scurry around.
With the Strikers ending at 5 for 186, the Canes were in for a mega run chase. Things were looking positive early. Mitch Owen and Matthew Wade opening Hobart's account with 61 inside 5 overs.
That's a monster. Oh, this is brutal from Mitch Owen. A mighty strike onto the roof.
But by the 11th over, Hobart sunk to 4 for 101.
These spinners are drawing the strikers into a very good position.
That's when Tim David came in clutch for the Canes, knocking half a dozen sixes and 3 fours on his way to 62 not out.
And he's going big. He's going all the way. 6 runs.
His player of the match performance, handing the Hurricanes their 4th win in a row. The last time the Canes did that was in 2019. The season they finished at the top of the table.
We found a template and we're really proud of how we're playing at the moment, but we're 5 games in, so, business end of the season's coming up and that's what we've got to be primed for.
Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
Good evening. Hobart, 19 degrees today. That's 3 below average. Launceston and Devonport reached 24 and Burnie a high of 20. Fingal recorded the state's top of 27 degrees. Flinders Island, St Helens and Friendly Beaches all 23. Smithton and Low Head 20. King Island and Bushy Park 19. Strawn a top of 18. The early warmth was replaced by cloud and a few isolated thunderstorms today. St Helens 11 millimetres between 9 and 4. The cloud over us also spread to Victoria and southern New South Wales. Inland WA had a few storms and convective cloud remained over the tropics. Tomorrow a ridge of high pressure parks over the state, probably ensuring another fine day for Tasmania. Troughs cut through central Australia. Southwest to southeasterly winds for us tomorrow, reaching 25 knots over the east and west, becoming light and variable over southern waters later. We do have a strong wind warning though. That's for northern waters from Sandy Cape to Wineglass Bay. Tuesday's forecast, partly cloudy but fine in Hobart, 19 the top, 18 for Adventure Bay. A sunny day for Tarraleah, 21 the maximum. 24 for Launceston, sunny, fine for Devonport, 20 and 20 also for Bridport. Burnie expecting 19 degrees, partly cloudy but fine. Strawn a sunny 20, 19 for Marrawar. St Helens tomorrow a high of 18 degrees, partly cloudy for Swansea 19. Whitemark a sunny day and 20. On Wednesday a fine mostly sunny day again, temperatures peaking in the mid-20s. A mostly fine partly cloudy day on Thursday with northeasterly breezes, and on Friday the chance of a few showers developing as the next cold front looms. Sunny and 32 in Perth tomorrow, fine for Adelaide and Melbourne, showers and 24 in Sydney, partly cloudy and 30 degrees in Brisbane, stormy skies over Darwin. Cloudy here, 16 in Hobart, 19 right now in Launceston and in Devonport. Now, Kim, even though I just love being here in the studio with you every night, got a bit of a hankering to get out and about again tomorrow, so I'll see you from somewhere.
Oh, you do enjoy. Thanks very much, Murph.